Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Narom Chaivam Narotamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhiraye Nashtapreshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatirtamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistike. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 12, Birth of Emperor Parikshit, Text 34. Please repeat. Tena Sambhrita Sambharaha Dharmaputraha Yudhishthiraha Vajimedhai Tribihi Bhitaha Yagnaya Samayajat Harim Taina Sambrita Sambharo Taina Sambrita Sambharo Dharmaputra Yudhishthiraha Dharmaputra Yudhishthiraha Vajimedhaistribhirbhito Vajimedhaistribhirbhito Yagnai Samayajadharim Yagnai Samayajadharim Tena Sambrita Sambharo Dharmaputra Yudhishthiraha Vajimedhai Tribhirbhito Yagnai Samayajadharim. Tena Sambrita Sambharo Dharmaputra Yudhishthira Vajimedhaistribhirbhito Tena Sambrita Sambharo Dharmaputra Yudhishthiraha Vajimedhaistribhirbhito Dagnai Samayajadharim Tena Sambrita Sambharo Dharmaputra Yudhishthiraha Jimeda Trivirbhutta Yagnai Samayaja Dharim Taina with that wealth Sambrita collected Sambhara ingredients Dharmaputra the pious king Yudhishthira Yudhishthir Ajimedhai by host sacrifices Trivihi three times Bitaha being greatly afraid after the battle of Kurukshetra Yagnai sacrifices Samayajat perfectly worship Harim the personality of Godhead. Please repeat. By those riches the king could procure the ingredients for 3 host sacrifices. Thus a pious king Yudhishthira was very fearful after the battle of Kurukshetra. Please, Lord Hari, the personality of Godhead. There are about maybe 6 or 9 purports. A paragraph, maybe you can read. Yeah.
Maharaj Yudhishthira was the ideal and celebrated pious king of the world, and still he was greatly afraid after the execution of battle of Kurukshetra because of the mass killing in the fight, all of which was done only to install him on the throne. He therefore took all the responsibility for sins committed in the warfare.
And to get rid of all these sins, he wanted to perform 3 sacrifices in which horses are offered at the altar. Such a sacrifice is very costly. Even Maharaj Yudhishthira had to collect the necessary heaps of gold left by Maharaj Marutha and the Brahmanas who were given gold in charity by King Marutha. The land Brahmanas could not take away all the loads of gold given by Maharaj Marutha, and therefore they left behind the major portion of the gold. And Maharaj Marutha also did not again collect such a heaps of gold given away in charity. Besides that, all the golden plates and utensils which were used in the sacrifice were also thrown in the dustbins, and all such heaps of gold remained unclaimed property for a long time, till Maharaj Yudhishthira collected them for his own purpose. Lord Sri Krishna advised the brothers of Maharaj Yudhishthira to collect the unclaimed property because it belonged to the king. The more astonishing thing is that no subject of state also collected such unclaimed gold for industrial enterprise or anything like that. This means that the state citizens were completely satisfied with all necessaries of life and therefore not inclined to accept unnecessary productive enterprise for sense gratification. Maharaj Yudhishthira also re-questioned the heaps of gold for performing sacrifice and for pleasing the Supreme Hari, the personality of Godhead. Otherwise, he had no desire to collect them for a state treasury.
One should take lessons from the acts of Maharaj Yudhishthira. He was afraid of sins committed on the battlefield, and therefore he wanted to satisfy the supreme authority. This indicates that unintentional sins are also committed in our daily occupational discharge of duties. And to counterattack even such unintentional crimes, one must perform sacrifices as they are recommended in the revealed scriptures. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Yagnarthak karmano nyatra lokayam karma bandhana, that one must perform sacrifices recommended in the scriptures in order to get rid of commitments of all unauthorized work, or even unintentional crimes which we are apart to commit. By doing so, one shall be freed from all kinds of sins, and those who do not do so but work for self-interest or sense gratification have to undergo all tribulations accrued from committed sins. Therefore, the main purpose of performing sacrifices is to satisfy the Supreme Personality, Hari. The process of performing sacrifices may be different in terms of different times. place, and persons. But the aim of such sacrifices is one and the same at all times and in all circumstances, with satisfaction of the Supreme Lord Hari. That is the way of pious life, and that is the way of peace and prosperity in the world at large. Maharaj Yudhishthira did all this as the ideal pious king in the world.
If Maharaj Yudhishthir is a sinner in his daily discharge of duties in royal administration of state affairs, wherein killing of man and animals is a recognized art, then we can just imagine the amount of sins committed consciously or unconsciously by the untrained population of the Kali Yuga who have no way to perform sacrifice to please the Supreme Lord. The Bhagavatam says, therefore, that the prime duty of the human being is to satisfy the Supreme Lord by the performance of one's occupational duty. Let any man of any place or community, caste or creed be engaged in any sort of occupational duty, but he must agree to perform sacrifices as it is recommended in the scriptures for the particular place, time and person. In the Vedic literatures, it is recommended that in Kali Yuga, people engage in glorifying the Lord by chanting the holy name of Krishna. Kirtanad eva Krishnasya mukta sangha param vrajet, without offense. By doing so, one can be freed from all sins and thus can attain the highest perfection of life by returning home back to Godhead. We have already discussed this more than once in this great literature in different places, especially in the introductory portion by sketching the life of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And still we are repeating the same with a view to bring about peace and prosperity in society.
The Lord has declared openly in Bhagavad Gita how He becomes pleased with us, and the same process is practically demonstrated in the life and perishing work of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The perfect process of performing yajnas or sacrifice to please the Supreme Lord Hari, the personality of Godhead, who gets us free from all miseries of existence, is to follow the ways of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this dark age of quarrel and dissension.
Maharaj Yudhishthir had to collect heaps of gold to secure the paraphernalia for the first sacrifice yajnas in days of sufficiency. So we can hardly think of such performance of yajnas in these days in insufficiency and complete scarcity of gold. At the present moment, we have heaps of papers and promises of their being converted into gold by economic development of modern civilization. And still, there is no possibility of spending riches like Maharaj Yudhishthir, either individually or collectively, or by state patronization. Just suitable, therefore, for the age is the method recommended by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in terms of the Shastra. Such a method requires no expenditure at all and yet can award more benefits than other expensive methods of yajna performances.
The horse sacrifice yajna or cow sacrifice yajna performed by the Vedic regulations shouldn't be misunderstood as a process of killing animals. On the contrary, animals offered for the yajna were rejuvenated to a new span of life by the transcendental power of chanting the Vedic hymns, which, if properly chanted, are different from what is understood by the common layman. The Veda mantras are all practical, and the proof is rejuvenation of the sacrificed animal.
There is no possibility of such methodical chanting of the Vedic hymns by the so-called Brahmanas or priests of the present age. The untrained descendants of the twice-born families are no more like their forefathers, and thus they are counted among the Shudras or once-born men. The once-born man is unfit to chant the Vedic hymns, and therefore there is no practical utility of chanting the original hymns.
And to save them all, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu propounded the Sankirtan movement or yajna for all practical purposes. And the people of the present age are strongly recommended to follow this sure and recognized path.
Hari Hari Bol. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnanandana Salakaya Chakshurun Miritam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Tadati Swapadantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Cha Parithanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavind Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So again, I would like to express my heartfelt joy for being here with all of you at the feet of Sri Radha Kirchor Gopinath, and with also the Bhakti Academy, right? Hare Krishna, Hare Bol. So here we can see that how Yudhishthira Maharaj very nicely described, not only Yudhishthira is mentioned, Dharma Putra Yudhishthira. Dharma Putra means the son of Dharmaraj. Very meaningful. The son of Dharmaraj, knowing also the principle of Dharma. Sometimes he is also called Dharmaraj. And who is Dharmaraj? Yamaraj, right? Yamaraj is called Dharmaraj also. Yudhishthira Maharaj sometimes is also called Dharmaraj. Dharmaraj is one who also knows the principle of Dharma, right? And because he knows the principle of Dharma, so that's why he's organizing this yajna, this sacrifice. And the amount of wealth, where did he go to collect the wealth? In a dustbin. Can you imagine how much wealth is that? These gold were thrown in a dustbin. And Krishna told them, you have to go and collect this gold. And this amount of gold that brought was sufficient to conduct 3 horse sacrifice. Right? So this is Dharmaraj, Yudhishthira Maharaj. He was born, his father is Dharmaraj, Yamraj, from Kunti, but his father is Yamraj. So sacrifices has to be done, has to be performed. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, text 10, I believe, text 10, it is explained that in the beginning of creation, the Lord of all creatures sent forth generation of men and demigods together with yajna, and said, you should be happy with that. Thou shalt be happy, and that will also give you, fulfill your desires. Chapter 10, not chapter 3, text 10, So this is what it is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. So this is the beginning of creation. The Lord sent generation of men and demigods together with yajna, and be happy with that. So yajna has to be performed. Right? All the time. In Bhagavad Gita it is also mentioned, Yagyartat karmano nyatra lokoyam karma bandhanat. Work has to be done as a sacrifice for Vishnu, because Vishnu is called Yagya Purusha. So work has to be performed as a sacrifice for Vishnu. Why do we have to do it as a sacrifice for Vishnu? Otherwise, the same action will become the cause of bondage. Right? So our action has to be performed as a sacrifice for Vishnu, because Vishnu's name is Purusha. right, is Yagya Purusha. So has to be performed. And otherwise, if we don't do as a sacrifice for Vishnu, the same action will become the cause of bondage. Prabhupada gave the example in that purport. He said that just like a silkworm, silkworm, they produce silk. They make the cocoon. But unfortunately, they could not make the door and the window. And they die inside this cocoon, the worm. But who is the cause of the death of the worm? Their own action, right? So action has to be performed as a sacrifice for Vishnu. Otherwise, the same action will become the cause of bondage. Our own action. We die because of our own action. We suffer because of our own action. But if we don't do it as a sacrifice for Vishnu, then we'll suffer. Same action. Right? So this is why we do devotional service. Devotional service means action for the pleasure of Krishna. Narad Muni gave the example of if you have, grease, your hand is greasy, oily. How do you take it out? Soap. Soap is also oily. Soap is also grease, right? If there is fire in some field, what do? They put fire on the other side. Then it extinguishes it. Fight fire with fire, right? If somebody has got some difficulty, bowel problems, eating too much, then of too much milk, some problems come. And what he takes? Dahi, to counteract it. Another types of milk, right? So, if we have done sinful action, how do we counteract it? With spiritual action, which is devotional service. So, and Dharmaraj, he knows the principle of dharma, religion. That's why he's performing the sacrifice. Because so many sinful activities have been committed in the war, killing of people. Even when you're walking, you're also killing so many ants, so many mosquitoes, right? So something has to be done to counteract all this sinful activity, right? And Yudhishthira Maharaj, one time, this is in Kamyavan, so he has been asking his brothers to go and fetch water. Nakul went. And then there was a voice from the air coming. Hey, before you take the water, you drink water, you have to answer all my questions. Nakul went, Sahadev went, they all neglected the voice. And they died. They drank the water and they died. And then he said, Arjun, you go. Arjun also went. And the voice came out. The voice said, you have to answer my question before drinking the water. Arjun also neglected. He drank the water, he died. Bhima also went. Same thing happened to Bhima. And Yudhishthira is saying that no one is coming back. What's happened? And he went. Yudhishthira Maharaj went. He was about to drink the water. Then this voice came out from the sky. Hey, please, this is my water. If you want to take the water, drink the water, you have to answer all my questions. And Yudhishthira is Dharmaraj, you understand the principle of dharma. Yes, he agreed, yes. What are the question? And then Yamraj, that voice was Yamraj, but it was not visible, So then the voice asking Yudhishthira Maharaj many questions, about 100 questions. Some of the questions are like, what goes faster than lights and sound? What is it? Who knows? Mind, yes. The correct answer, perfect answer. 100 questions. And Arjuna gave, what is more than the leaves on the trees? Can you count the leaves on the trees? How many trees are there in the world? There's something more than that.
Sand.
In what?
Sand particles.
No. Birds are more than the leaves. You'll be shocked what he said. He said, human desires. Human desires are more than the leaves on the trees. You cannot count how many leaves are there on the trees and all the trees all over the world. But he said human desires. There's no limit. Because desires can never be satiated. Right? That's why I was saying yesterday, desires cannot be suppressed and cannot be expressed. You can't express your desires, because if you try to express, you will never be satisfied. You will never be able to satisfy all desires. Right? Till now we have taken many millions of births. We have tried to satisfy all our desires till today. These desires have never been satisfied, can never be satiated. Duspurena nalena cha. It burns like fire. And if we try to extinguish fire by pouring petrol, will it get extinguished? No. It'll blow again more. So you cannot express because it can never be satisfied. We have taken millions and trillions and billions of births to satisfy, still it's not satisfied. You cannot express, but you cannot suppress. If you suppress it, one day it will come out. That's why our desires should be diverted to Krishna's, to satisfying Krishna's desire. Right? So how can we get satisfaction? By performing yajna. And that's why it is mentioned that yajna, in Prabhupada, many of the purport is mentioning, is touching the parts of Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to this age to do yajna. The yajna recommended Kali Yuga Yuga Dharma. Kali Yuga Yuga Dharma Namera Prachar. Tati Lagi Pitavarna Chaitanya Avatar. Meaning that, can I put a bit higher? Yeah. Kali Yuga Yuga Avatar. Kali Yuga, in Kali Yuga, the Yuga Avatar, what is that? Namera Prachar. Namera Prachar means the Lord has come, what to do? What kind of prachar? Nama, the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Kali Yuga Yuga Dharma Namera Prachar. The prachar, the preaching of the holy name. Tati Lagi Pita Varna. And he has come in the color. Pita Varna means yellow color. Right? Chaitanya Avatar. Tati Lagi Pita Varna Chaitanya Avatar. He has come. And when he came, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave very, very wonderful method. He said, Nacho gao bhakta sange kara sankirtan. Yes. Nacho gao bhakta sange kara sankirtan. How? Nacho means dance. Gao, sing. Nacho gao bhakta sange, in the association of devotees. Kara sankirtan, perform sankirtan. This is Yuga Dharma in this age of Kali. Kara sankirtan. Sankirtan means to sing together, right? Singing together is more powerful. It's even more powerful than japa. Of course, we have to do japa mala, but this one, after doing sankirtan, you feel very, very dynamic, right? Very blissful, right? So that's why he's saying, Nacho gao bhakta sange kara sankirtan. He's saying like that, Mahaprabhu. Nacho gao bhakta. Krishna Nam Upadesh. Krishna Nam Upadesh, distribute the holy name. Upadesh, message, distribute that. Tara Sarvajan. And in that way, you can deliver the people. Tara means delivering. Sarvajan, all people. Isn't it so blissful way of delivering people? Chanting and dancing. Beautiful. That's why we do chanting and dancing, because it's mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. You know, Krishna Nam Upadesh Tara Sarvajan. To deliver the people. Is the best way. Prahlad Maharaj also mentioned. Prahlad Maharaj said, I don't want to go. I have seen so many people. They go to the Himalaya for their own salvation. They maintain Maunvrat, not speaking. They're doing tapasya, but for their own deliverance. But Mahaprabhu is saying, Prahlad Maharaj said, I don't want to go alone. I don't want to go back to Godhead alone. I wish to take all the people with me back home, back to Godhead. Right? So this is the way they mention in Shastra how to deliver the people, the Sankirtan Yagya. It's mentioned, yesterday also mentioned it, and this is how people can be delivered. And this is Yagya. We have to do Yagya. In all the ages, Yagya has to be done. What is the Yagya for? Satya Yoga? Tapasya, right? Austerity. Treta Yuga? It was a fire sacrifice. Dwapar? Deity of worship. And in Kali Yuga? Yes. Kalodat Hari Kirtanan. In Kali Yuga, the method that works perfectly is the chanting of the holy name, spreading the chanting of the holy name. That's mentioned in the Shastra in many places also. There's no doubt about it. Right? Sometimes we may be doubting, oh, is that good? Is that true? Why chanting Hare Krishna? Only Hare Krishna? The Hare Krishna devotees, they know only Hare Krishna. People say that. But that is Shastra. There are many, many different types of mantras mentioned. Some people were asking me, what kind of mantra is this? Maha mantra, you know? There's no Namaha. Mantra has to have Namaha, like Namaha Om, you know, Vishnu Padaya, Om Namah Shivaya, you know. Namaha has to be there. But this is very special mantra because it is made of Nama only. Even if you sing Gayatri, Gayatri is made of Bija mantra beginning. At the end is Nyasa, only in middle there is Nama, Gayatri. And that's not also full Nama. But Mahamantra, Nam in beginning, Nam in the middle, Nama at the end. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It's very, very special. And it's given by Gurudev. It will have effect when the holy name is given by Guru. You know, without Guru, there is no effect. That's why when you have Nama and Diksha, Nama Diksha, in our society, given more importance is Nam Diksha than Mantra Diksha. Second initiation. Second initiation is given to be able to chant the holy name properly. Which is more important, the Gayatri or the Mahamantra? Yes. And just look at in our society, you will find the Nam Diksha is given more importance. Gayatri mantra is given secretly, right? In the room somewhere. But Nam Diksha is like a festival. What do you see during Nam Diksha? The Havan Kunda, the priest, devotee is nicely dressed, right? Beautiful. And then there is kirtan, there is chanting, there is dancing, right? So there's decoration, There's Mahaprasad also. Right? So the most important is given in the Nama Diksha, holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And that, the only mantra that is bringing lots of transformation in the heart. You see, before Prabhupada went to the West, mantra was there, holy name was there, everything was there, but there was no change. There is a example given. Have you ever seen there is some trees growing up on the roof, small? Maybe not here in India, you'll find. On the window, on the roof, small trees. Who has put a seed there? No one. So how come that tree is growing there? It means that seed of that tree, if you try to grow it, it won't grow. Like the banyan tree, that seed fell, it won't grow. So time the bird has to eat. The bird is eating that seed, it goes through the body of the bird, and the bird passed through. Then that seed will grow. It's gone through the body of that bird. Similarly, this is what is Diksha. Diksha, the Maha Mantra, the seed has to be given by Gurudev. Otherwise, the holy name was there before. Prabhupada went to America. There was no change. So until and unless Gurudev has to actually give this seed or the Maha Mantra, then when you chant, become very powerful. So this is the recommendation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to perform Sankirtan. Mahaprabhu did not write many books, he did not build temple also. But he was spreading Sankirtan movement. Because this is the yajna recommended in this age of Kali. And Yudhishthira Maharaj, knowing that yajna has to be performed, he sees Dharmaraj, he knows Dharma, what is Dharma. Very also a kind. One time when they caught Ashwatthama, who had killed all the son, Arjun went and caught Ashwatthama and brought him. And Krishna said, kill him. Lord Krishna is saying, kill him. Then Ashwatthama was brought to Draupadi, and Draupadi said, no, we should not kill him. Because he's a son of a Brahmana, yes. What's the name? Dronacharya. He's a son of a Brahmana. So if we kill him, his mother will be lamenting, just like now I am lamenting. Kind heart. And Yudhishthira Maharaj also agreed on this point. No, he should not be killed. Bhima said, just kill him. Finish him. They all agreed. Yudhishthira Maharaj agreed not to kill. Arjun also agreed not to kill the other two brothers, Nakul and Sahadev. Said, okay, because son of a Brahmana. Only Bhima just finished him on the spot. Krishna also told, kill him. Can you imagine? The Supreme Lord. Because according to Shastra, someone who has committed crime like this should be, even though he is a Brahmana Bandhu, son of a Brahmana, he should be killed, according to Shastra. But then Arjuna, what Arjuna did? Saving his, with a sword, removing all the hair, that's equal to killing, right? So, such a kind-hearted Dharmaraj. One time, Srila Prabhupada, one devotee, Dhananjay, Prabhupada's disciple, was asking, because Prabhupada also mentioned in the purport, there are many gold, even the mountain peak is made of gold, Prabhupada mentioned in the purport that scientists should be aware of this. Scientists should know this. If they want to get gold, they can go there and find a goal. Okay, that's mentioned. Even the mountain peak is made of gold. So, because Prabhupada wrote it, Dhananjay Prabhu asked, Prabhupada, is that true? That the gold there, this mountain peak is made of gold? And then Prabhupada said, yes, it is true, because written in Shastra. And Dhananjay asked Prabhupada, but Prabhupada, where is it? Why that mountain, And Dhananjay said, yes, because if we get to know about it, then we can go there and get some gold for our movement. Because they were short of money, Sometimes we don't have money. So he said, we are short of money, we can go there and collect the gold, picked up the gold and bring to the temple and use it, for our expenditure, And Prabhupada said, why do you want to know? And then he mentioned this, that we can get the money, we can get the gold, and then we can pay all our expenses. Prabhupada said, there's no need. There's no need. This is controversial. If you get lots of money, then you'll become rich, then you'll forget Krishna. So what is more important, Prabhupada said at that time, he said, it's better to cultivate devotees because devotees are more valuable than the gold. So Prabhupada ki. So Prabhupada said the devotees, better to cultivate devotees, better to be with the devotees, to make devotees, because devotees are more valuable than the gold. Is that true? Yes. Prabhupada said it takes gallons of blood to make one devotee. The devotee is more important. You don't need to go there to collect. Yudhishthira Maharaj did it. The Prabhupada's yajna is to make devotees, to cultivate devotees. It's true. Sometimes we we come in a movement, we make friends with devotees, and then due to management, sometimes we have conflict. We forget about the importance of the devotees. That's why Prabhupada is saying, more important to cultivate devotees, to preach to the devotees, to make friends with the devotees. Sometimes we may also forget about what we have come. What's the reason? We become beta, what do you call that? Familiarity breeds contempt. We forget. You cannot make advancement without association of devotees. And this is what the Shastra is saying. What's it called? Sarva Shastra ke labha matra sadhu sanga sarva siddhi hoy. All perfection will achieve in the association of devotees. Labha matra means a fraction of a second. What's the fraction? 1/11 fraction. Lava matra, 1/11th fraction of a moment of a second. Lava matra, sarva siddhi hoy. One will achieve all the perfection. What's Prabhupada saying? Even when Mahaprabhu, he was in Jagannath Puri, the devotees came to Jagannath Puri, now they're going back to Navadvip. So some devotees asked instruction from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what should we do? Any instruction? Mahaprabhu said, he said, yes. Chant Hare Krishna and serve the Vaishnavas, to serve the devotees. Prabhu kahe Vaishnav seva nam sankirtan duikara shigra pabe Shri Krishna charana. Prabhu kahe, Prabhu is saying, Vaishnava seva and Nam Sankirtan. Dvikara, doing this too. Dvikara, shigra pabe. Shigra means achieved. No, quickly achieved. What? Shri Krishna charana. You will quickly achieve the lotus feet of the Lord by doing this too. What is it? Nam Sankirtan and serving the Vaishnavas. And then the devotees ask Mahaprabhu, who is a Vaishnava? How do we recognize a Vaishnava? What did he say? Anyone who chant Hare Krishna even once. He said only Hare Krishna is a Vaishnava, is a devotee. And the next year, same thing happened. The devotees, they were going back and they asked Mahaprabhu an instruction. Mahaprabhu, chant Hare Krishna and serve the Vaishnava. And they asked again, who is a Vaishnava? What did Mahaprabhu say? Second year, what did he say? One who constantly chants Hare Krishna. He is a Vaishnava. And then the third year, the same thing happened. The devotees asked Mahaprabhu an instruction. Mahaprabhu said, chant Hare Krishna and serve the. What Mahaprabhu said? They asked, who is a Vaishnava? And Mahaprabhu said, a Vaishnava is one just by looking at him. You inspire to chant Hare Krishna. You become inspired to chant Hare Krishna. Just by looking at him, you feel inspired to chant Hare Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given 3 types of answer, right? What's the first one? Anyone who chants. Second? Constantly chant. Third? What did Mahaprabhu wanted to say by these points?
We should do all 3.
3 types of?
No, we should do all 3.
All 3? Yeah. Okay. Any other points? What? Yeah.
There are 3 types of devotees. Madhyam.
Very good. He's talking about Kanishta, Madhyama and Uttama. And we should know also how to deal with this. Maharupa Goswami has explained, with the Kanishta Adhikari we should offer our blessing. Madhyama we should make friend, and Uttama we should serve. 3 times, right? So, like that. So, the point is also talking about 3 different types of people, devotees. Kanishta, Madhyama and Uttamadhikari, right? We should be definitely respectful to all of them in the association of devotees. So this is what Shastra is saying. We cannot make, sometimes we may take it for granted, we cannot make advancement without association of devotees. You cannot. There's no substitute for that. So something which is rare has to be preserved. Something which is unique has to be nurtured, has to be preserved. Have to take care of that. Shastra is saying the 3 things are required to make spiritual advancement. What is that? The seed. The seed is given by Gurudev, and you need to water the seed. What is watering a seed? Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. And one more thing is required. You have the seed, you have the water. What is required? No. A soil. You need a fertile soil. You have the seed, you have water. It won't grow. You need a soil. And what is a soil? To cultivate Vaishnava qualities. That's a soil. 3 things are required. And then your bhakti lata will grow. You're watering every day, Sravanam Kirtanam. Your bhakti lata will grow. Of course, you have to be a good gardener, put the fencing to avoid animal. And then it will grow. You're here, and your bhakti lata will grow, will go to the spiritual world, will pH this material world, pH in Vaikuntha, will go to Golok Dham. And there it will get tangled in Krishna's lotus feet, and it will produce wonderful fruits. Not mango, not watermelon, kiwi, no. What is it? Krishna Prema. This is what happened in the association of devotees. So we have to be careful. And this is the Sankirtan Yagya to be done in Kali Yuga, in Sankirtan Yagya. Prabhupada is mentioning that many purposes, many places. It is recommended because it is sastric. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Anybody have any question here, comments?
Maharaj, you were talking about desires. You said we cannot express our desires or suppress our desires. So what should we do with our desires?
It says, Avritam ajnanam etena ityavairina kamarupena konteya druspurena dalena cha. It says, can never be satiated desires, can never be accomplished, can never be satisfied, can never be satiated, right? That's a word used, satiated. So, and we have taken many millions of births, so you cannot express, because you cannot, no one can actually complete his desires, fulfill his desires. And you cannot express and cannot also suppress. If you put it under the carpet, one day, it'll come out. And desires cannot be killed also. Just like energy cannot be destroyed. Energy is transformed. So then we should divert our desires to serving Krishna, fulfilling Krishna's desire. So that then your desire can be fulfilled. Then your own desire can be satisfied by diverting to serving Krishna's desire. Right? This is what Srimati Radharani is doing. Radharani, she is representing Aladini Shakti. And Krishna, how many desires Krishna has? Unlimited. Let's say when Krishna say, let's have creation starts. And who is fulfilling that? Srimati Radharani. You see? Because she's Aladini Shakti. So, pleasure potential of the Lord. So by diverting our desires to serve the Lord, to fulfill the desire of the Lord, and then we get our thirst to become quenched. You know? Otherwise, our own desires, material desire, lusty desires, is the most devouring, sinful enemy of the world. Lusty desire. What is this? When Nrsingadev asked Prahlad, I want to give you a boon. You can ask me what is a boon do you want? Prahlad said, no, my Lord, I don't want anything. I have enough experience of name, fame, glory, all same story. I don't want that. And then he said, Yadi means if ever you want to fulfill my desire. He's not asking. This is a very civilized way of talking, right? Because Prahlad was civilized. So if ever you want to fulfill my desire, he's not asking because the Lord wants. If ever you want to fulfill my desire, you make me become free from desires. He's saying that the desires, lusty desire, do not grow from the core of my heart. Yadi darshashi me kaman varatam varadarsham. Kamana mriday asamroham. Hriday means the heart. Asamroham means that the desire do not grow from the core of my heart. That's what he asked. You know? I mean, desire, lusty desire, they are most devouring, sinful enemy of the world. So, but how can we quench this? How can we fulfill it? By pleasing the desire of Krishna. Then our desires can be fulfilled. Otherwise, never, never. And we have come again and again and again and again in this world because of these desires. And still not fulfilled. Even if we die, it won't be fulfilled. It can never. No way you can fulfill it. That's the nature of lust. That's the nature of desires. Can never. Duspurena nalena cha, Krishna is saying using that word. It burns like fire. And you put petrol in it to extinguish what happened. Because when you try to satisfy one desire, it gives birth to another. And you try to satisfy this one, you give more birth to other. Especially lusty desires or sex desire. It will give rise to more desire, to more. You can never be satisfied. That's why in Krishna consciousness we engage how to control this. Krishna is saying by engaging the senses in Krishna's service, by controlling, by regulating. That's a word he used. By regulating the senses. How do we regulate our senses? By engaging them in service. That's what. Because Arjuna has this question: what is this Krishna that impels one to sinful act? I know this is wrong, but still I do it. Right? There's something forcing me to do. Then Krishna is saying, our desires. Any other question? Yes, madam?
What are Krishna's desires?
Krishna's desires? Is there in the Gita? Huh?
Something that you can tell that we can do to please him by fulfilling his desires.
Yeah. Because Krishna is saying, what is he saying? Man mana bhava mad bhakto matyaji mam namaskuru mam eva shashitamte pradijane. This is a sloka which is the most confidential in Gita. In which chapter is it? 18 means is repeating that. But that verse appeared 2 times. In chapter 9. And what is the title of chapter 9? Most confidential knowledge. And the most confidential verse is this one. Understand? Chapter 9 is most confidential. And the most confidential verse is Man mana bhava mad bhakto matyaji mam namaskuru mam eva shashishatam. That verse appeared 2 times, but chapter Gita finishes in chapter 17. But chapter 18, Krishna is repeating what he has already said. All the verses you'll find. Chapter 18. What he has already said. Chapter 18. So that verse appears 2 times and many. Sarva dharman paritaja. As Krishna's desire. He said, just get everything. Come to me. Come to me and enjoy with me in a spiritual world. He wants Arjuna. Pratijane priyosime, because you're my very dear friend. So we devotees are not interested with Brahmajyoti, with Paramatma. They want to go and enjoy with the Lord, Bhagavan, in a spiritual world. He wants us to enjoy. But enjoy spiritually. We also enjoying. Because Atma is Sachit. So we are allowed to enjoy. That's not false. But enjoy with Krishna. That's the difference. Material world, people are enjoying without Krishna. We are enjoying with chanting and dancing. And we have full feast. If you're tired, then full feast. It's not boring. Is it boring, Krishna consciousness? And so many youngsters, so many youth. Krishna consciousness, very blissful, very attractive. One man was telling me, businessman, he said, I have seen in your Hare Krishna movement, you're all practicing dharma, but in a very joyful mood. That's true. Chant, dance, philosophy. Previously it was boring, right? When you go to temple, Hindu temple, it's boring. You have to hear the Pandit, you know. But it's not boring. And then he saw that in our society, all the young people, they have something to do. Some are playing the mridanga, the harmonium, and the others are doing Bharatanatyam, others are doing drama, you know, chanting and dancing. So we all engage. This is how, you know, we are allowed to enjoy, but enjoy with Krishna. This morning we were chanting and dancing, right? This is enjoyment. But with Krishna. So you please Krishna, and Krishna will satisfy your senses. It's called Govinda. Govinda means one who gives pleasure to the senses. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Prabhupada ki jai.